Me or you? Which one?
You start.
Oh, right, okay. Hello there, I'm David.
And I'm James, and together we are Swayzak.
And we're here to talk about Ableton Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've been together since like 93. We started working together just as a hobby, really. And about 1997, we put out our first record on vinyl. And we never looked back from there, really. We did it all self-funded, and we just kind of found our way into the music business, really. It was a bit of an accident.
It just very slowly built gradually. We never had a big career plan or anything like that. We just enjoy making music, and fortunately other people enjoy what we do too, sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, live is incredibly powerful for me as a sound design tool. I only use practically exclusively the inbuilt plugins. So I'll fire up live, put in 3 or 4 loops that I've had, maybe something I made 5 years ago, it doesn't matter. And I'll spend half a day just messing with them, re-recording, resampling, editing.
I think most of our tracks now are done, completely within live.
But you can, we've been using it since version 1, and there's whole areas of it, I'm like, I don't know what that does. And I'll be on a train and I'll be like, wow, you can do this as well. This is incredible if I do that with that. And, so that's lovely. It's very simple in a beginning, but there's a depth that's, without end.
Definitely. We basically will run 2 laptops, sometimes 3 laptops. We don't always just work to James and myself. Sometimes we bring in a vocalist as well. Sometimes we bring in a drummer. It's quite adaptable, but always, Ableton Live is what is the core of the live set, wherever we are.
I don't think we've ever rehearsed. We improvise and perform without knowing what the other one's going to do, and that for us is what keeps it live and fresh and interesting.
We've always done that where we've played. We've always been kind of chaotic every way we've played live, and
controlled chaos, I suppose.
Yeah, it's kind of our little punk attitude to things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Swayzak sound pack came about because we found a live set that we'd used in 2003, and normally my live sets, I never keep them, I never archive them. They're always continually evolving and changing, because you get bored and you write new stuff. So it was quite nice to find this sort of frozen moment of our evolution of live sets. And plus it's got loads of tracks on there which people will hopefully know and enjoy.
So we've kind of taken that and slightly modernised it a bit, added a few new sounds, used the operator synth, which we didn't have way back in 2003, and the drum packs as well, which we didn't have way back then. We have one bank of drum kicks mainly, one bank of loops.
Like drum loops?
Drum loops.
Breaks.
Yeah. Bass lines, pads for a bit of ambience. We have synths, percussion, random sounds.
Unclassifiable.
Unclassifiable, yeah. And noisy sort of, I don't know.
Texture stuff in it.
Beeps and some voices, spoken words, some vocal parts, some chopped up audio, the operator synth. And on the end here we've got the drum, the kick drum from the Ableton pack, MFB kick drum.
And there's 2 returns, delay and a reverb, each sending back to themselves and to each other as well. That's a thing that I love to do, is send a delay back to itself. And then usually on the master, if we click on the master there, we put a few effects over the entire mix. Compression, EQ, just to kind of balance things to the sound of the room wherever you happen to be playing. And you'll notice that we don't have all the tracks listed one by one in a sort of terms of a set list. We actually just improvise using the sound. So we never use these scene launch buttons here. Yeah, I mean this sound, for example, chords 9. It's a really, really short. It's one measure long. So you're getting a pad vibe. You know, you've got that kind of constant, but it's rhythmical at the same time. I mean, there's an example of a sound which we've whacked up. You know, this feature here where you can change the BPM of the warp, and it's whacked right up to 523 BPM. So the whole sound is getting stretched right out, which gives you that kind of classic time stretching feeling. That's exactly what we would use on stage and still do. We have mutes for each channel assignable on the keyboard, and as I said before, the clips are not arranged. You know, there's not an orange line of clips which are one song. They're all different. So the idea is that, you know, people at home can enjoy exploring and improvising with the sounds. Drag and drop, re-record, etc., etc. I mean, there's a lot of material on there.